The traveler. The world we live in is changing very rapidly, and being aware that the world is changing swiftly and that the competitive advantages that have contributed to the world's success over the past few years may not exactly be the same as those we will need to maintain that same leadership in the coming years, which is why I identify with the traveler. I chose this phase, the traveler, because, in my opinion, making sure that our competitive advantages are as relevant and distinctive tomorrow as they are now is the main goal of my business, and to be well aggressive as an innovation strategy. Being the undisputed option for a customer and an invaluable partner for a customer is also one of the main goals of an innovation strategy. Intently focusing on these forces of change, as well as pursuing an ambitious innovation agenda that is meant to make sure that our competitive advantages continue to be a relevant and distinctive business, which will ultimately lead to a business long-term success. I think that maintaining an ability to produce market-leading accomplishments while effectively innovating on top of a foundation of excellence will emerge as winners in a business. I chose a targeted approach to innovation as a business discipline to ensure that I always grow with the rate of demographic, economic, technical, and cultural change in today's consumer and business environment. Trying to increase my operating leverage by optimizing my productivity and efficiency, I think that in order to accomplish more with less, I must think about how to do that from a true strategic perspective rather than just tightening my belt. By that, I mean looking through a lens, something that's different, which is a traveler. By looking through a lens through traveling gives so much more insight to new ideas, new ventures, the ability to see new things from different perspectives, and simply just being in new spaces and allowing myself the room to be open to new ideas. Majority of my life I've traveled near, I've traveled far, and every single time I feel a peace from just new ideas that is opening up my attention and brightening my horizon on what I want my business to be. The reason I chose the medium of this phase is because I can honestly and confidently identify with the traveler by making it my own key point of new perspectives, new business ventures, and just something that hasn't and isn't always seen amongst the usual businesses we see now. You go around and a lot of businesses are the same. But what makes it different? How can one make a business different? And I believe that being a traveler and seeing new things all the time can make one business be more promoted than another. This phase means a lot to me because it brings clarity, it brings peace, it brings symbolization, and it just helps productivity and efficiency to enhance new operating leverage. It's not about just a real strategic lens of looking at things through a different perspective, but also how one wants to do more and put in more effort to do with less. And I believe that enhanced operating leverage provides such flexibility to the savings on the bottom line by reinvesting the savings and competing on price without compromising different objectives. As a face signal, as an entrepreneurial mindset, I think that I identify more with creativity, resilience, learning, independence, and simply determination. I believe that being a traveler promotes all of those qualities and being and having an entrepreneurial mindset, because by seeing new things you have the creativity. By losing out on things by traveling has your resilience. Learning is from all things, whether it's getting on the plane, getting off the plane, just finding new opportunities. Independence by seeing new ventures alone. And determination by simply knowing what you want and knowing how to get it. As far as this Christian faith, I believe that total and absolute patterns of Christ complete surrenders to the will of the Father, meaning that by having that strong faith, that I know that I'll always be at the top of God's love. Another reason is by recognizing that God is not just a solitary person, but he's a community of love, and Christ is our entry point to the community. Also, I believe my characteristics of faith is by loving, maturing, informing, and being cultural through all different things. And throughout this entire journey, I believe that I identify with a traveler.